rebound. Booker kept it alive. To Nene.
Nene will shoot from there, score! Nene!
So I feel like you've had a lot of playoff experience, obviously, but to start a season in Brazil and end all the way in the second round with a team that a lot of people didn't expect to go that far, I feel like this season has to have been one of the seasons that will stick out for you in how different it was, ups and downs, being injured and not coming off of that. It just has to be one of those seasons that you feel like, man, that was kind of crazy.
It was amazing. It was a fantastic season. I think all the ups and downs we have, all the diversity, injuries, all the negative brought us where we finish. You know, that made us strong. And the atmosphere and the locker room, the city, everywhere was incredible. That's what I can describe. So yeah, it was a very, very positive. And the good thing is when we lost the last game, the players feel like disappointed because they feel hungry for more, and that's a good thing.
He's up a half dozen. Gortat with the block.
So first full year with the team. Now that it's officially over, looking back at it, what sticks out to you and how do you view it as far as a successful season?
Well, obviously, it was a great season for us. Personally, it was a great season for me, especially after All-Star break, when I actually was able to take a full advantage of certain injuries in the team, and you know, I had a chance to be the #1 option inside in the paint, and you know, it was a tremendous opportunity for me from the beginning to come here, compete for playoffs, and you know, I had a chance to play with two rising stars in this league, John Wall and Bradley Beal. It was obviously fun to be around, you know, certain veterans in this team like Al Harrington, Drew Gooden, Andre Miller, Trevor Ariza, Martell Webster, and you know, it was just a great run.
You talked about before your favorite moment from playoffs and basketball in general, I think even, was when you got to block LeBron in the playoffs in the past. Now that you've had the playoffs, you know, a couple rounds here, is there a moment that has trumped that, or does that still sit at the top of your mind?
Well, of course, the biggest moment probably, and obviously the biggest game of my life, was the game in playoffs against Indiana, where I scored 31 points. I matched my career high, 16 rebounds. I think that was just, you know, game of my life, and you're pretty much waiting for games like that. That's why you're working hard every day. That's why you come to the gym. You're killing yourself in the gym, you know, getting sweat and tired, and sometimes you're in pain to get to the point where you can be in a game like that, like this, where you have 30 and 16, and you're putting your name in the history. So obviously that was the best moment, not only this year playoffs, but probably the best moment of my career.
And knowing this was one of your big years of your career performance-wise, do you see yourself, you know, really wanting to be back next year? Do you know what next season holds for you? Well,
obviously it's going to take a few different things for me to come back, but I'm definitely looking forward. I would like to be back in the Wizards. It's a very good team, and it definitely has a bright future. You know, with the young guys that we have in this team, it's rising star in this league, you know, John and Bradley, you know, the future in this team is really bright, and you know, we'll see. We're going to talk about everything. There's a lot of different things I would like to first check, get to know the opinion of different people, and we'll see.
What are some of the biggest things that you factor in when it is passion for basketball, for your teammates, for the guys that you've grown to love over the season? It's also a business. How do you factor in all of those things and make those decisions?
Well, there's a few different things you're going to look at. You know, a point guard situation, who's the point guard of the team, who's the coach, the whole coaching staff, what's the goal of the team, what's going to be my role in the team, and obviously the ownership. You know, if they're willing to spend money to build a stronger team, that we're going to be able to compete for the championship. But, you know, end of the day, even that I developed chemistry and a great, you know, relationship with a lot of guys in the team, you know, each one of these guys understand that this is a business, you know, and even right now when I was saying goodbye to most of these people, each one of them say, listen, you know, don't look on a relationship. You got to look on the future, you know, you got to look towards the future. You're going to have a family. You're going to have a family, you got to take care of your family, you got to take care of yourself first, and then you're going to look on the relationships and promises, you know, that you made during the year. So we'll see. We'll see. The next few weeks will show. But the first month, I'm going to be laying in the pool and relaxing.